Most people try to change everything at once. That's why they fail at self-improvement. They usually set huge goals, push themselves for a maximum amount of a week, they burn out and then they quit, and it's not really good to do that, not for your body and from your mental as well. So I know because I've been there and done that. But what if I've told you that the keys to success isn't big changes over a small period of time? It's actually small, almost invisible habit that compound over time. I know you don't really understand it right now, but hold on a second. Let me explain. In this video, we're gonna talk about the 1% rule. I'm gonna break down exactly why the 1% rule is so powerful, how it actually works in real life, and how you can use it to completely improve and transform your fitness, productivity, and mindset. By the end, you'll have a simple plan to start improving every single day without relying actually on motivation. So, let's get into it. You ever wake up one day and think, that's it, I'm done being lazy. Tomorrow I'll wake up 5 a.m., hit the gym, eat clean, read 2 hours, have a day full discipline fucking mode. You're hyped, you're gonna do it, you're ready, you set 5 to 10 alarms. The next morning, your alarm goes off at 5 a.m. And what you do? You'll snooze it? Most probably. Just 5 more minutes. Maybe 10. But before you know it, it's 9 fucking m and you're right back where you started, and obviously you feel like shit, worse than before. I know, it sounds familiar. When you try to force a huge transformation on the body, it feels good at first. I know, but then reality hits because your body isn't used to waking up that early. You're exhausted, your cravings kick in, and suddenly all that motivation is gone because motivation is crap, consistency and discipline over and over again. And it's not because you're weak, but it's actually because you set up yourself to fail. And I'll explain myself. You know what habits are and what they do. Habits don't stick because of motivation, fucking hell. They stick because your brain wires them to actually into your identity. There's actually routine, a process cue, a reward. That's why when you just start to work out, you don't go straight to lifting heavy weights. Your body needs time to adapt, to build muscle. Just like your mind does with habits. It's actually the same thing. I'll tell you this, guys. Instead of flipping your life upside down, start small. Wake up 15 minutes earlier, not 3 hours. Read for 15 minutes, not 2 hours. Let your body and mind adapt slowly. Small wins stack up, and before you know it, change becomes effortless, guys. So don't go all in overnight. Pick one small habit today, just one. And maybe drop it in the comments. What's your first step you're taking? What if I told you that just getting 1% better every day could completely change your life? Sounds too small to be relevant, I know. But here's the crazy part. If you improve just 1% daily, by the end of the year, you won't be twice as good. You'll be 37 times much better than if you would have never started. Here's how it works. Improvement compounds, just like money in the bank. It's called the compound effect. When you try to make small improvements, tiny improvements daily, those small wins stack up and over time create massive results. Let me give you an example. Let's take 2 people. One guy decides to improve a little each day. He reads for 5 minutes, decides to learn one new thing, and does 10 push-ups each day. The other guy, he stays the same. He doesn't change anything. After a week, there's barely any difference. Almost none. What about after a month? The first guy after a month is ahead, but not by much. But what about a year? The gap begins to be massive. The first guy is stronger, smarter, and more disciplined. The second guy, he didn't change nothing. He didn't change nothing. He's in the same place. Think about this. If you just did 10 push-ups each day for a whole year, that's 3,650 push-ups in a year. If you just read 5 pages each day, that's 1,825 pages. What's that in books? That's around 7 to 10 books in a year. Imagine how much smarter, fitter, and better you just be by committing to these tiny small habits. When you focus on small improvements, your brain doesn't resist change. You don't need crazy ass motivation to do this. You just need something small, a bit of consistency, and before you know it, you've built unstoppable momentum. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, because it will never actually come to make a big change. It will never actually come. Start today, not tomorrow. Start today, now. Now. Start now. Just pick one small habit today and stick with it. By the way, you can tell me in the comments what's the habit that you are committing to right now. Drop it in the comments. So I've talked about the 1% rule and what actually is it, but I will tell you some steps about it. Some steps that you can do. So step number freaking 1, start stupidly easy. Pick something, a activity, something that you need to do that you cannot fail. It's so small that you cannot fail. Read one fucking page. Who the fuck can read a page? Everybody can read a page. You can read it when you wake up, before you eat, at any time of the day. The goal is momentum, not actually perfection. So just read one page. What's the worst that can happen? We talked about step number 1. Now, step number 2. Link it to an existing habit, like a habit stacking technique. Attach new habits to things that you already do. So after I brush my teeth, I'll do 10 push-ups. For example, after I drink my morning coffee, I'll write for 5 minutes. I'll read 5 pages. Link it to stuff that you already do. Like I said, before you eat, do 5 push-ups. Every time before you eat, So that's step number 2. Now let's get on with step number 3. Track it and stay consistent. That is step number 3. For example, use a notebook, a calendar, I don't know, notes on your phone. It doesn't matter. You just gotta track it and you just gotta say, I gotta do this for one more day. One more day. And then momentum builds and you get better and better, improve more. And that is step number 3 and the last step. One thing that you need to know after watching this video, and actually need to remember, the main key thing is that small habits expand naturally over time. For example, a guy who starts running with 5 minutes each day, he runs 5 minutes each day, could end up running marathons. But the hardest thing is to start. But once you start, you get to build momentum. And everything will get easier because it will be a daily habit of yours. The key line is start small today. And in a year, your future self will actually thank you. Right now, pick one small habit, stupidly easy, and commit it for the next 7 days. 7 days. Comment down below what habit you're starting, and let's keep each other accountable. We're humans after all. We're brothers after all. So good luck with this. I'll wait for your guys' responses in the comments. Have a good day or a good night. Bye.